world of Wii Sports, there is one competition with honours high above the rest. The Wii Sports Baseball World Cup. Mies from far and wide dream of playing on the biggest stage, and the teams who manage to enter this prestigious tournament will all be fighting for the chance to win the coveted golden Wii Remote. For the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers, this was the goal, as they had already won the golden Nintendo Wii last time but couldn't play any games on it because they didn't have any controllers. And so the champions of 2 years ago were back, but this year would present a whole different challenge, as the tournament was to be hosted on the hallowed shores of Wuhu Island. Wow, Wuhu Island is so beautiful. I mean, just look at those majestic polygons. Yes, this really takes me back to about 6 months ago when we were here to watch Beanus play table tennis. Wait, I thought Beanus could talk now. He's decided to settle halfway and just make various interpretive whistling noises. Whatever makes him comfortable. Now, gather round everyone. I'll come clean as to why I've invited you all here. I mean, I assume it's to play in the Wii Baseball World Cup. We're gonna be re-entering the Wii Baseball World Cup. Wait, how did you know? I mean, it happens every 2 years, and we've been training for the past 4 months. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, that's not the only reason I've gathered you here early. The truth is... Oh man, interrupted the Steamer's pitcher Pipe. It's so good to have everyone back together again. To Pipe, baseball meant everything, and the only thing he loved more than the sport itself was his teammates. There was Engine Room, his reliable captain, Mindbrain, the ingenious tactician, Scalene, their star batter, Xavier, the famous wild card, and then there was Beanus. But, hang on, aren't we missing a few people? That's the thing, we're 5 players short. 5? Well, Smaug is having some trouble with dwarves trying to steal her gold, Cardboard says he can't be bothered and he's staying at home, and I haven't seen my blind granddad Wrinkles since he went on holiday to celebrate turning 101. I hope he hasn't got lost. What about the other 2? Spindle isn't feeling very well because her mouth was wide open the whole boat journey here, and she swallowed a lot of seawater. Like, a concerning amount of seawater. Oh, and Barnowl has bird flu. Oh no! How are we gonna compete? This is the problem. We need at least 9 players before tomorrow, but at our current stage with 6, we'll be kicked out of the tournament before it's even started. I am the rock salesman. Before it's even started! I am the rock salesman. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of something here. I am the rock salesman. Would you like to buy a rock? No, sorry, I'm just trying to put a baseball team together right now actually, so... Something tells me you are not in the mood for purchasing a rock. Oh my god. Seems like you are trapped between a rock and a hard place. Ho ho, just a little joke, my friend. Is there any way I can assist? Yes. Do you know anywhere we could find any baseball players on extremely short notice? Oh ho! Fortune is your friend today. There is a basketball tournament happening just down the coast from here. No, we need baseball players. Oh ho! Basketball, baseball, when you take a step back, it is all the same thing. No, it isn't. It very much isn't. But, with desperate times calling for desperate measures, the Steamers' only option was to head through Wuhu Town to the basketball courts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the annual Wii Sports Basketball Skirmish. Oh goodness, I can't wait for those balls to bounce. Our next match will be a feisty one between Megan's Monsters and... oh, I'm not too sure I can read that one out loud. Ozymandias and the Big Bad Netbusters 69420_HD. Yes, thank you, Ron. Okay, Steamers, keep your eyes peeled for anyone with even semi-decent hand-eye coordination. And with the sound of a buzzer, the game began. The Netbusters started on the attack, but within moments, it was obvious they had some team-working problems, as one of their players refused to pass and instead dribbled straight into the opposition. This allowed Megan's monsters to counter, and Megan herself dispatched a beautiful two-pointer with ease. Not bad, said Mindbrain. By calculating the angle of incidence and timesing it by the upper quartile of the ball's trajectory, Megan was able to work out just how many newtons of force to apply to the bottom right seam of the ball. No, Mindbrain, I'm pretty sure she just threw it. Back down the other end, the Netbusters were still struggling. Their team captain, Ozymandias, was so weak and feeble and useless that his shots weren't even reaching the hoop. His blonde teammate was arguably even worse, and the spectacled woman on the far side hadn't even had a touch of the ball the whole game. With the clock running down to only 10 seconds left, the score was still 2-0, and neither side were really impressing. That is, until... Oh, hello! Mr. Picnic there, drawing the sides even right at the death. Yes, I was just about to host my own open casket funeral with how boring this match has been, but with that shot I might hold off on burying myself alive. Stay tuned, folks, this one's going right to the buzzer. Buzzer, I barely know her. And then, something incredible happened. Snatching the ball back with 5 seconds left, Ozymandias took on a whole new, confident persona, dribbling straight at the heart of Megan's monster's defense and pulling off a spectacular slam dunk. Dependable when the going gets tough. They might just be the ones, and with every game the Netbusters played in the basketball skirmish from then on, they impressed more and more. Blimey, even Four Eyes has turned on the style. Look at that defense. She fell over and still made the block. It was decided, and after the game... Well, konnichiwa, my alley-ooping amigos. Fancy playing some baseball? What? It's okay, Xavier, I'll take this one. Hi, Engine Room from the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers baseball team here. We're a few members short for the upcoming Wii Baseball World Cup, and we were wondering if you'd consider joining the team.
Ooh, baseball? Wowee! I've never played baseball before really. I've only dipped my toes into basketball and also a little bit of motorsport on the side, but I'll give it a go if that's okay.
Great! Yeah, any other takers?
I will turn my hand to baseball. It will be light work for someone such as me.
Perfect, nice and confident. And you?
Well, I've played rounders before.
Excellent, you're in the team. And just like that, the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers had 3 new players. There was Ozymandias, an ex-motorbike driver from the Mario Kart scene. He had to postpone his career after 2 Grand Prix as his helmet was far too big for his head. Mr. Picnic, a being of ultimate perfection. Crafted from a golden fig of the Yggdrasil tree by Odin himself, he was the only man with a god complex that was 100% justified. And finally, there was Spinny Winnie, also known as the Typhoon, nicknamed not because of her raw hurricane-like power, but because of a mild tinnitus in her right ear which gave her motion sickness and balance issues. With none of them ever having played baseball before, Pipe was feeling this new roster was not exactly ideal, but there was no time to worry about it, as, before he knew it, the next day had arrived. He and the team travelled over to Wuhu Stadium, and couldn't help but be swept away by the electric atmosphere.
I am the rock salesman. Would you like to buy a rock?
Oh, no thanks.
I am the rock salesman. Would you like to buy a rock?
Oh, no thank you.
Ladies and gentlewomen, welcome to the Wii Sports Baseball World Cup. I am as ever your grand announcer, and with me every step of the way is my crafty co-commentator Ron Johnson. I'm Ron Johnson. Today we have a delectable medley of baseballing splendor, as 4 groups of 6 will compete in a group stage, with the top 4 of each progressing to the knockout rounds. That all starts today with a ferocious first match in Group 1. It's our favourite underdogs, Underpassage Wanderers, versus a very special opposition. Please make some noise for the defending champions, the Stoke-On-Trent Steamers.
The crowd burst into raucous applause. This was a sensation Pipe had never experienced before. For the first time ever, they were the fan favourites, and with it came a great weight of expectation. Okay guys, Underpassage Wanderers are a team not to be sniffed at, and that's not just because of their general body odour. As their name suggests, they've been playing on the underground baseball circuit against all kinds of thugs and vagabonds for years, so keep your peckers up and don't let your guard down. Let's play some baseball, goddammit, roared Engine Room. And at that moment, the referee's whistle blew and the game began. As usual, Pipe was first to bat. He faced up against the Underpassage Wanderers captain, Yoko. She was probably most famous for being married to John Lennon during the 1970s. Despite being 90 years old though, her pitches still packed a real punch. So much so that Pipe was only able to manage a foul ball on his first hit. He began to doubt himself. He didn't want to let the screaming fans down. But no, he was a defending champion. It was about time he started acting like one. And with a huge swing, the ball flew into the air and skidded across the pitch for a wonderful double. The Steamers were up and running, and then there was beanus. Perfect. The bases were nicely stacked. Just one more single and they would have their first run of the tournament. Unfortunately, up next was Team Newbie, Ozymandias.
Oh wowee, I'm nervous. Okay, tell me what to do.
Just hold the bat, remain calm, watch the ball, and swing whenever feels right.
Whenever feels right? What could that mean? Could it be now? No, that didn't seem right. Or maybe now? Goo cripes, that wasn't right either. It's all over. I can't do this. You've done it again, Ozymandias. You've let them all down.
And Ozymandias was struck out.
Sorry, everybody.
Don't worry, Ozymandias. It was your first ever go. Meow, said Ozymandias. Anyway, it's all okay because our wild card Xavier is in next. The crowd erupted into song. Xavier was so famous that he had his very own theme tune. And everyone was in chorus, from the front row to the very highest rungs of the stadium. But right now, there appeared to be something else on Xavier's mind. Hi, I'm Xavier, and when I'm playing baseball, I like to be looking my best. That's why I use Big Conditioner. Big Conditioner, it's bigger than normal conditioner. And Xavier was so busy advertising his new sponsorship that he forgot to even swing. With 2 outs in a row, the pressure now fell on Spinny Winnie. But having never played baseball before either, she shunted her shot straight into the ground and it bounced straight into Yoko's hands. It was up to Pipe then to put in one hell of a pitching innings. He had to do whatever he could to keep the score at 0.0. Oh bollocks, Yoko had scored a double. Plus, next up was a guy called AI. What, Underpassage Wanderers had robots playing for them? Goodness, modern technology was scary. No matter, for this was not Pipe's first rodeo, and with his next pitch reaching over 150 kilometers an hour and Mindbrain calculating his position just right, AI was caught out. 1 down, 2 to go, but Alex was able to sneak a single just past the inexperienced Ozymandias' grasp, and Underpassage Wanderers were now 1 away from home. Pipe would have to stop them with this next pitch. But, lo and behold, stepping up to the batting rink was Dangerous Daisuke. Oh no, not Daisuke, said Mindbrain. He'd better not have brought his brass band.
His name is Dangerous Daisuke and he's very, very spooky. He will scare you into some form of submission. And if you don't pay close attention, well, I did forget to mention that he's got a rather violent disposition.
And with the Steamers well and truly intimidated, Pipe did a poor bowl, Mindbrain scuffed his catch, curses, my knees were shaking, and Underpassage Wanderers zoomed into the lead. Coming back to his senses, Pipe was able to cut things off at just 1 run advantage. It was now paramount the Steamers had a good batting innings, but as if things couldn't get worse, their third new player, Mr. Picnic, was up next.
Now let's see. Baseball. This should be easy for a perfect specimen like me. La-da-dee, la-da-doo. There we go.
It was incredible. Mr. Picnic's first ever hit of a ball, and it was a ginormous home run. With this, the Steamers' mood changed. Star batter Scalene pumped up her massive muscly arms to score yet another huge home run. Engine Room cracked out a single, and then it was Pipe's turn to show everyone just how it was done. Then there was beanus, who managed to somehow get a single out of this. And, flying high at 4-1 up, the Steamers were finally beginning to relax. That is, except for Mindbrain. Okay, Moonball Strategy Attempt 1.0. Calculating angle of incidence at 46 degrees. Phase of the moon is waning crescent, which means I need to carry the 2, make way for the 4, round and round the garden, minus the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, and hopefully...
You're out!
Curses, I forgot to hit it upwards. Momentum killed, the Steamer's second innings drew to a close as Ozymandias
Oh, shizzle, this is all very overwhelming.
and Xavier, buy big conditioner, for when small conditioner just isn't quite enough, were both struck out. Thankfully, with a healthy lead, Pipe could take things easy. Oh, no, spoke too soon. Underpassage Wanderers player Ashley, known more commonly as Smashley, had done just what her name suggested. 4-2. Pipe was gonna have to get back on his A-game. With a beautiful curveball, Rachel mishit her shot, and as ever, Mindbrain was in the right place at the right time to make the catch. When Yoko stepped up, she placed her shot just out of Pipe's diving reach. Thankfully, the omnipotent Mr. Picnic was there behind him to sweep up the pieces. With a few more swerving curveballs, they had weathered the storm, and the Steamers went from strength to strength. Scalene doing what she did best, and hitting the ball astronomically hard to make the score 5-2, and put the Steamers what any wise man would assume was comfortably out of reach. As the game rolled round into the final part of the third innings, another Pipe and Mindbrain synchronized special made short work of dangerous Daisuke, and with his brass band deflated, the rest of this first match would be a formality. The Stoke-On-Trent Steamers were defending champions after all. Haru scored a single. Whatever, do your worst. Naomi scored a double. Okay, not the best news, but everything was still going fine. And then, Smashley stepped into the batting area for the second time today. Uh-oh, Pipe and the rest of the team had got conceited. The bases were loaded. If Smashley did what she always did and smashed the ball, then... Within a matter of moments, everything had come crashing down. 5-3, 5-4, and then, like a punch in the gut, 5-5. It was nothing short of a disaster. The best the Steamers could hope for now was a tie. And, with 2 more outs still needed to end the game, even one mistake could prove fatal. The pressure was stifling. This first game could define their entire tournament. And, with it all hanging in the balance, it was up to Pipe to conjure up something heroic.